Good evening. In today's session, let's look into FDI. As we all know, it stands for Foreign Direct Investment. Regarding FDI, in the earlier classes, many times I have touched this concept. Now, let's go into the straight discussion of this topic. Look at the points very clearly. What exactly you mean by foreign direct investment? I told you already in the earlier class that whenever India is getting foreign direct investment, so there is a capital inflow. So, and that capital inflow cannot go back immediately because that money is coming with a purpose of investment. And once you invest, you cannot reap the benefits immediately, but it will take some time. That is the reason why when a foreign company agrees to invest in India, once there is an inflow of capital, that capital will be retained in India for a longer period of time, and that will increase India's foreign exchange reserves. Clear? But what exactly is FDI? FDI is when a company takes controlling ownership in a business entity in another country. What do you mean by this? Say, for example, in India, you have a company, and when you are inviting foreign direct investment in India, a company that is existing outside our borders may be interested to invest in India, may be interested to invest in this particular company. Clear? So when you are investing in a company, so you are trying to acquire the ownership. If not 100%, at least some percentage will be owned by some other company which belongs to foreign, and that is called foreign direct investment. With FDI, the foreign companies are involved in day-to-day operations in the other country. So this is another very important point. It is not just the money that is coming into India from outside the borders, but the company is also involving in day-to-day operations in that company where they have invested money. Clear? That is the reason why here I have given in the form of note. FDI is not just bringing money. Very important one. Most of the people think that whenever I say FDI, it is just capital inflow. No, it is not just capital inflow, but also the knowledge. They are bringing in knowledge, meaning there is an inflow of knowledge along with the capital, inflow of skills, and inflow of the technology. That is the reason why FDI is really very important. And also remember, it is not just a foreign company is investing in India in the form of FDI. Many countries also opened their economy. Indian companies are also investing in other countries, in other companies, and they also call it as foreign direct investment. Am I clear? Very important one. This point I want you to remember very clearly. FDI is not just bringing money with them. It is not just money, but also knowledge, skills, and technology. Please remember these points. So when I am emphasizing on certain points, that is considered to be very important for the examination. Now we have come across with a question which we love so much, and this is the question here. Look at this. So when it comes to this question, FDI takes place when? FDI takes place when an investor establishes foreign business operations. Yes or no? Answer is yes. Acquires foreign business assets. Agreed. Including establishing ownership. Just now we understood. So B is also correct. Controlling interest in a foreign company. That is also correct. Whatever we have learnt under the first slide, that is reflecting in every statement. So statement A, B, and C all are correct. So definitely our answer should be option 4. Kindly remember this one. Very important one. Let's check whether our option 4 is the correct answer or not. This is absolutely correct. Kindly remember all the points very clearly. Next, we have another question here. Consider the following statements. Consider the following statements. Foreign direct investments are commonly made in open economies. Very, 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 very important one. That have skilled workforce and growth prospects. Very important one. FDIs are in general in common are permitted in those economies which are open. What is an open economy? What is a closed economy? We have understood in our earlier sessions, and this particular statement must be correct. So statement A is correct. So let's look at the statement B, whether it is correct or not. FDIs are commonly made in closed economies. Very, 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 very important. So there is a difference between A and B with a single word. First statement is saying open economy, second statement is saying closed economy, and FDIs are not made in closed economy. In that closed economy, you may have skilled workforce, you may have growth prospects within the country, but since it is a closed economy, so FDIs are not permitted over there. Very, 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 very important one. So statement B is very much wrong. So our answer should be option 1. That's it. Clear? Option 1 means A only should be the correct answer. Clear? So this is how you need to be very careful in the examination and answer this. That's it. Is that okay? That is the reason why sometimes the statements look alike, but there is a change of just a single word, and that will change the entire thing. Now let's go ahead. Look at this. When it comes to India, so we have this 1991 crisis. We have understood FDI is an important monetary source for India's economic development. This is how India came onto the path of economic development. We know what exactly happened in the year 1991 and how our government encountered this 1991 crisis, and how exactly we have opened our economy, and how exactly we have introduced liberalization, privatization and globalization, and that paved the way for economic development. And one important concept is the FDI. Clear? So economic liberalization started in India in the wake of 1991. We know that one, 1991 crisis, and since then FDI has steadily increased in the country. Very, 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 very important one. Today India is a part of a top 100 club on ease of doing business, and globally ranks number 1 in the Greenfield FDI ranking. I have used the word Greenfield and another word Brownfield in the earlier class, and I have given a brief explanation regarding this. After some time we are going to explain more about Greenfield investment and Brownfield investment. These are the possible questions in the examination. Am I clear? So once we cover this slide, we will be going ahead and we will be looking into this. Clear? So when it comes to you can see very clearly routes through which India gets FDI. So foreign direct investment is coming to India, but that FDI has to come from either of the two routes. One is the automatic route, second one is the government route. Right? You can just read it out, no problem, but I will make it very, very simple for you. When it comes to the automatic route, FDI can straight away flow into India without government's permission. Without government's prior permission, if FDI is coming into India, that is called automatic route. Number 1. Number 2, if FDI is entering into India only with the government's permission, then it is called government route. Meaning there are certain sectors where FDI is permitted automatically, where FDI is permitted only through government permission, where FDI is not at all permitted. Very important. There is no route at all. Clear? Automatic route means without government's prior permission. Government route means with government's prior permission. Am I clear? So there are two ways, two routes for FDI inflow into India. Am I clear? Now let's go ahead and have a look at this one. So these are the sectors come under up to 100% automatic route category. Clear? Very important one. Look at this one. So if you can look at the infrastructure, companies and securities, 49%. Insurance, very important. Earlier it was 49%, but over later, it has been increased to 74% under automatic route. Please make a note of this one. How much FDI is permitted for insurance sector? 74% is permitted under automatic route, and additionally 100% FDI has been permitted in insurance intermediaries, including brokers, reinsurance brokers, insurance controllers, consultants, etc. Very important. The most possible question is that how much FDI is permitted in insurance sector? Clear? Kindly remember, it is 74% now. Earlier it was 49% only. Is that okay? Similarly, you have the medical devices, pensions, petroleum refining and power exchanges, and they will change very periodically depending on the decision of the government. Now when it comes to sectors which come under up to 100% government route category, very important one. You can just go through these points and you can write it down, right? So right, I can just read it down for you, but there is no point in this one. You just pause the video and write down all the points. Am I clear? So from here I will be going ahead and I'll be showing you the next slide. This is another important slide here. There are few industries where FDI is strictly prohibited under any route. Neither automatic route is permitted nor government route is permitted. What are they? These are the things. That's it. Clear? Again, I want you to write it down. Pause the video and write it down. Atomic energy generation, gambling and betting business, lotteries, investment in chit funds, nidhi, agriculture or plantation activities, housing and real estate, trading in TDRs, cigars, cigarettes and any related tobacco industry. No sort of FDI is permitted. Very important one, right? So I am again telling you, please pause the video and write down these points. Next, so when it comes to two types of investments are there. One is the Greenfield investment, second one is the Brownfield investments. Of course, these are the two types of foreign direct investments, right? With the Greenfield investing, a company will build its own brand new facilities from the ground up. Brownfield investments happen when the company purchases or leases an existing facility. Very important, and I want you to be very clear with this. FDI is coming to India and they are investing in India. Based on where exactly they are investing, that may be categorized into Greenfield investment and Brownfield investment. Let me make one point very clear. Larger FDIs are coming and they are being invested in Brownfield investments, not in Greenfield. So whenever I say Greenfield, you are starting everything from zero. You are starting everything from the ground level, right? So you are starting everything. So you have to construct everything. You have to get the machinery. You have to get the, this personnel, right? You have to start the business altogether afresh. That is called Greenfield investment. where most of the foreign companies are not interested because they don't want to waste the time. That is the reason why they look for a partner, they look for a company where which is already existing. Infrastructure is ready, machinery is ready, employees are ready, production is going on. There, if you invest, you can make the profits soon. And those type of investments are called brownfield investments. Am I clear? Hope you are clear with the greenfield investment and brownfield investment. This is really important for the examination. Next, let's go ahead. Look at this. A brownfield investment is when a company or government entity purchases or leases existing production facilities to launch a new production activity. This is one of the strategies used in FDI. Very important one. This is the meaning of the brownfield investment. When it comes to greenfield investment, it is a new plant constructed. You have to start everything afresh. The clear advantage of a brownfield investment strategy is that the buildings are already constructed. You are not wasting your time directly coming with the money, invest and start the production. Because buildings are ready, machinery is ready, personnel ready. The cost and cost time of starting up may thus be greatly reduced, and the buildings are already up to the code. So according to their requirements, everything is ready. Then you can directly start the production and you can start making the profits from the beginning itself. That is the advantage with respect to brownfield investments. Am I clear? Again, I am telling you, my dear friends, you should be very clear with FDI. You should know regarding the components of the FDI. You should know regarding the routes of FDI. You should also be very clear with the greenfield investment and brownfield investment. Am I clear? Now look at this. Look at this. So when a company or government entity purchases or leases existing production facility to launch a new productivity activity, this is called brownfield investment. Same statement we saw in the earlier slide also. Greenfield investment, unlike brownfields, undertake new construction of the property, plant and equipment. That's it. If you understand first point and second point, you are very clear with the greenfield and brownfield investments. Am I clear? And how, where exactly the more investment is coming into the picture? Is it into greenfield or brownfield? Your answer should be brownfield for the reasons which we have discussed already. Similarly, a brownfield investment is a common form of FDI, right? Brownfield investments come with many advantages. What are they? Buildings are already having been constructed, reduces the time of startup, reduced cost, and buildings that are up to code. That's it. Brownfield land could also be contaminated from the prior use from pollution, hazardous material and other contaminants. This is also very important one. As I told you in one of the earlier classes, that for everything you have advantages and disadvantages. In the similar manner, even with respect to brownfield investment also we have advantages and the disadvantages also. Am I clear? Very important one. Tomorrow it may be a question, which of the following are the advantages with brownfield investments? Which of the following are the disadvantages with the brownfield investments? You should be able to identify the correct option. Similarly, when a property owner has no intention of allowing further use of a vacant brownfield property, it is referred to as a mothballed brownfield. So you have to use only the existing structure, and whatever the empty land is there, that should be left empty, that should not be utilized. and that is called, mothballed brownfield. Clear? Very, very, very important topic we are discussing, my dear friends. So this is regarding, foreign direct investments, right? Hope you understood very clearly, and kindly be thorough with all the concepts, and questions may be asked in any form. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next session.